Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? There's one person here, Robert Mack. Is that you? Anyway, how are you doing, Robert? Um, Started early today. Maybe some people will catch it, maybe some people won't. Uh, have concrete coming this morning at 9. So I wanted to make sure that I was out there, make sure the truck gets there, make sure they get everything done correctly. So hopefully, I'm guessing we're leaving tomorrow to Ubon House, and just me, Nitnoy, and the girls, and gonna spend Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night there, and come back Sunday. Maybe get a little video when I'm there. I'm gonna try to do the live stream on Saturday, although I'm not gonna bring the laptop and stuff. I'll probably try to do it from my pad, which I've done before, just something short or something. Anyway, maybe not even do it. I don't know, but hopefully, I'd like to get the 6 inch, 3 6 inch overflows on the pond. Like I said, the fish when I'm seeing they're getting they're getting big. So hopefully I can get some decent decent video of the fish. And just I haven't been there. We haven't been there in a long time. But I mean, it hasn't changed. You're not going to see anything too different. But I do have when they pour the concrete, that'll be the end of part one for the property over there, the garage build or whatever you want to call it. Um, so hopefully, there won't be anything. I am going to try to. I brought the drone back. Well, obviously, and I hadn't when we were building this. I hadn't had much luck in putting it up at the house here because we're so close to the little local airport, small plane airport. And but I know that I think it was Bobby that had told me that uh, you can do it. You just got to bypass and get an okay or do something. So I might try screwing with that a little bit because it would be nice. I still don't have any overhead drone shots of the house here in Surin, so I'd like to do that, and then that'll be the end of part one, and so that the foundation will be in and they will start setting block. So I'm hoping that by the time we get back from Ubon, that they'll have most of the walls up. Supposedly, I believe the door guy is supposed to be here. We ended up with a 9 by 9, 9 foot by 9 foot door. This is my plan now. I don't know if you guys, it's a little bit better drawn than I have in the past, but the kayak is hanging up there now, and we should be able. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? Nikki's the only one. 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's here. Thank you, dear. As always, you're the best, man. So I did decide to. I've got enough money besides this one account that's not gonna. Either the house has to sell or one account has to mature. I think it's in that towards the end of this year. So I'm hoping that we sell before that. But I at least want to I can get all the solar panels on the roof, which is going to take up the whole roof of that garage. So, hey, James, how you doing? Um, the whole roof, the 10 panels, 600 watt. I can get the solar panels, get them put up there, get all the wiring done for it, get all the stuff on the wall, the controller, everything except for the battery. The battery's like 40,000 baht. So I just won't have the battery. I'll have to bring power over and have him tie in at least a temporary little power there, and then I'll use the solar. Obviously, if the sun's shining during the day, it'll try to grab from. Excuse me, hey Patty, it'll try to grab from there first. Mainly, they're pouring concrete at 9. That's why I started a little bit early. They're pouring concrete behind me over here. At concrete trucks are supposed to be here at 9 a.m. for the foundation of the garage. What is funny? Hey, how you doing? Hope you're well. Um, what was funny was or day before yesterday, I get out there and we ordered some wood for them to do the forms for the slab and everything for the garage. And I'm looking at the truck and shit, and I go, man, it's 16 by 21, and I measure the freaking truck, and it's 18 feet long. My truck, so it wasn't going to fit in the garage. So I had them add 2 feet on the back. To anyway, it came to just shy of 20 by 21. So I could actually fit my freaking truck in the in the garage. So we did that. I showed them all the as you can see, kind of here. These where are we at here? This stuff here. These are all windows. It's going to be 2 windows on one side, the other side in the back. The front will be a man door, a basically 100 by 100, a 3 foot by 3 foot window, and then the roll up door. And I'll have a desk, 2 rolling type work tables, and a one flat, bigger table, lower though, for that'll roll also to be able to work on stuff. So we'll see. Hey, how you doing, brother? Yeah, I saw your. I don't know if you saw my deal, but I saw your thing after the thing. So if you want to do that, I have a little bit of time today. The only reason normally I always have time for you, but the truck's going to be here at 9. But I think I'm going to only go for an hour. There's 9 people here now. Thanks everybody for whoever's here. The I should be able to do everything on the garage and get what I want to put in it. So it'll get down to a point where, as I get to the end of it, if I have enough money to get all the tools that I want, the welder, the spray washer, cutoff saws, sawzalls, drill motors, everything that I want, if that's up in the 30, 35, 40,000 baht range, then maybe I will hold off on that and get the battery for the solar system, and then I allot myself so much money each month to travel, do videos. Mainly that's it, because if I don't travel and do videos, I don't spend any money. What am I going to spend the money on? I'm at the house here. If I want to meet Bobby for a hamburger, I'll spend 250 baht, or something at the hamburger joint. So I'm not going to spend much money. So I'll take that, and it'll probably take me, maybe a couple of months to buy all that stuff that I want, 30,000 baht worth of stuff. So I guess I could do it either way. So either I could get the battery in a couple of months or do that. I'll have to make up my mind. Hey Daniel, how you doing? Love to stay, but yeah, he should sleep occasionally. Doing her walkabout. Wow. As it's getting hard now. Got your sleepwalks. That is tough. All right, Nick. Thanks for stopping by as always. I appreciate it. Yeah, so that's basically it. Just talking about that. I know Patty had asked what I was going to talk about. I'm going to try to get subjects so I have more. I'm going to try to invite people. I know that Logan was going to talk about, I think it was Korea or something. So he was going to come on, so we'll get that going. I haven't seen him. He must be busier than shit, because I haven't seen him in the last few live streams, him or Jamie. So and do that, maybe like have Brock back on and Mitch on, occasionally, and break it up a little bit, so it's a little bit I can only talk about what I'm doing. I know people are interested in it, and I appreciate that, but for the most part, that's pretty much it. Ubon tomorrow for 3 nights. So we'll get some video there. Like I said, I want to do a little bit of work on the pond, and we haven't been there in a while. I'm just going to relax. When I go there, I just go to relax. Take them out to barbecue, and the family gets to eat good food, and probably buy them some stuff. We give the aunt some dough, and also my wife will go to the market, and she'll buy, pork and chicken and protein stuff, and they'll freeze it or whatever and use it for a while. But I haven't done that in a while, so I'm sure that they like that. I know they like that. Hey Andrew, how you doing? I was thinking about you as far as going and getting a hamburger, and I still want to set up something. The shadow, I know that you were asking about, not you, but the people were asking about the shadow. I got a set of straight pipes. I don't think I did. Let me look real quick. I don't think oh yeah, I did. These were the ones I got. They came yesterday. That's the backside of them. I didn't open them, but I'm sure that the chrome is going to be fine. I left a message for the guy. He didn't get back to me yesterday, but I've got, like I said, the reservoir and the brake lever and everything all new chrome, and the clutch lever and stuff on the other side all new because it was real shitty. And then I got two new stock mirrors, a set of straight pipes, and then I'll be ready to take a little trip. So what I know Andrew's got a new ride, and we had talked about maybe he's taking an overnight thing to maybe Tatpanome or Nakompanome or whatever that is over there, or Chuck's neck of the woods, and just spend the night uh, and uh, and come back, so I can have somebody with me in case something happens to it. They're pretty dependable. The only thing I really I'd like to get rid of that solid back wheel on the Shadow. And if you guys don't remember, I think I still have pictures of that on here. I got all the other, there it is. I really like the bike. Like I said, I just don't particularly like the the solid back wheel. It's got highway pegs on it. It's got running boards on it now. The paint job's so from this distance. It's absolutely fine. Um, I would just like to do that, I think, and then just run it. The thing is, really, it's a nice bike. I mean, for 45 cubic inches, 750 cc's. I mean, you can jump on it. Does it pull me like my, my Dyna? No, but it doesn't weigh. I think it weighs 550 pounds. It's very manageable. Somebody that's thinking about wanting to start with some kind of a bike like this, it's a perfect bike. There's no doubt about that. It's a perfect little bike. I'm really happy with it. So I'm hoping to get a hold of him today, get over there tonight before we go to Ubon, and drop off the pipes and the mirrors and the stuff on the handlebars, and have him do that, and then get that on Monday when I come back. I'll be back on Sunday, but Monday, 4 or 5 days, if he can do it during that time, then I can go ahead and maybe schedule something. I know Andrew has a lot of obligations with people and children and stuff. So, but if you want to do that, Andrew, we can do it. Hey, brother, how you doing? We can do it, or it doesn't have to be there either. I wish that um, uh, we could go to someplace a little bit closer. We'll see. We could talk about it. I don't know if anybody. I haven't talked to Bobby lately and seen if they were going to go have a burger. I haven't had one in a while. I've been eating fairly decent. I've actually spent some time. Was it day before yesterday, and actually cut my beard properly, and uh, so I'm trying to get healthier. I need to get to the gym. Tommy will bust my stones about that. I just need to get over there with my wife. I would like to get over with her because then I don't have to spend an hour and a half there trying to talk to them about I want to get set back up and going again. Because they were even making me meals, one meal a day. I had them doing them. The one lady there, just to give her a little bit of dough and get at least one meal that I knew was good. It was vegetables and protein. She had it broken down pretty well. But yeah, that sounds good to me too. That's only an hour away. If you want to go there and even spend the night and come back, or come back the same day, that yeah, I'm up for that. Sounds good to me. But Yeah, I know that you were asking about the shadow. I'm really impressed. Like I said, when you go on Marketplace, bunch of them for sale, but they're all 400s, and the size wise of this bike is almost exactly the same size as my Dyna. And I don't think I have a picture of the. I should import it because remember I had said, why do I like this bike the way it looks? It looks, sits, and everything within inches, quarter of an inch of the Dyna. It does have different wheels on it. They have the wheels that are on there are not the original wheels on on the um, the Shadow. They're the size that the Dyna is, and it sits about the same. The Dyna handles way better, and it could be the way that the handlebars are kind of pulled back, and the way that it's set up. But it's perfect for just going down the road. It needs to be cleaned. Stuff needs to. There's a little bit of rusty shit here and there, and once I get it to where I want it, I'll have it painted something decent and set it in the garage. In fact, I was looking at working racks for them. They've got the roll up ones that are, they're 17,000, so they're kind of expensive on something that I'm probably not going to do too much work on. But we'll have to see. But I think it's a great bike. But they're real. The 400s and the 600s are, I don't know. I'd have to see one, up close and see it because it's probably plenty fast enough. 400 cc's. Um, I would imagine it's just the size of the bike. I can't tell because if I see if someone's selling one and they've got a tie guy on it, the tie guy could be 5'1". I don't know. So it's hard to do it. But if you didn't look funny on the thing, you can get them for like under 50,000 baht. Now, what I was getting originally to say is I very rarely see 750s. The 1100s, I think, I've seen two on there that were reasonable. They were in the hunt right around 100. They were actually cheaper than the 750s that I see on there occasionally. But when I went on there, they don't have the 750s, and I would prefer, and what I've got, as you can see on this picture here, it's chain driven. Now this bike is a 92. Now I think I don't know, as it went up 95, 2002, whatever it was, they had shaft drives. I know that even some years I think came with the shaft drive and or I shouldn't say or a chain driven. Hold on, sorry. Let me get rid of this picture. What am I doing? Okay. But the way that it sits, and they have a what's the other one? The Volcran Kawasaki one is a nice looking bike too. But again, the 1100s and stuff like that, they're expensive, and the ones that you see are 400s. Now, occasionally you'll see a 600 on there, but I don't know. I guess I could go on and look at the dimensions of a 400, 600, and a 750 and be able to tell from that. Now that I'm thinking about it, I guess I'm not that intelligent. But that would be an easy way to do it because yeah, that's the way I am too, brother. But yeah, the Vulcan. Um, but if it is the same size and if you can get speeds out of it, if it's a 400, you're still gonna. I mean, I my on the Forza, I got plenty of throttle and stuff, and I would think that 400 or 600 would be the same way. I would prefer the 600 probably, but I bet it's got plenty. And I don't know if I'm riding, especially now at 68 years old. Um, I'm just cruising. Do I get up yeah, I'll cruise 100 110, 120, but probably for a short period of time, the cruising speed, especially on the fours of the ideal from what I see, is right around 100, 105. I don't even know. What is that? Miles per hour. Does anybody know? Let's see. Where the almighty Google. 105 kilometers. How much in miles per hour? 65.25. So perfect. So if it's not laboring to do that, which I just can't possibly see, it would be an ideal. And the money wise, like I said, I would probably go on there right now, and let me just see real quick. I won't go through all the misery of doing the. Hang on, let me get the garage out of the way and put it in here on the. Let's see, shadow. On the shadow. And I'll just put that in there. Here's one here, a big white full dresser looking one. What is it though? I bet you it's a 400 or something. Doesn't even say. But anyway, let's see if I don't want to go on too long. Here's a real nice looking 400, real nice looking Springer, old style Springer front end on it, bobber style for 79. One for 72, another 400 Steed for 55, a 98 400 Steed for 44. Now here's one for 145, and it's done professionally. Let's see. But if you get up into here's a 600 for 119. That's a Steed. But like I said, I'm looking right now, and I have not seen a 750. Here's a Kawasaki Vulcan. Here's an 2011 140,000. Here's a 95 Steed Bobber style 51. I'm going to say if you get in the 400, somewhere around 50, and the 600, 90,000. But the 750s are going to be at 120, something like that, I'm guessing. But yeah, so let's see. Here's one for 119 and 91, and it's got some bags on it. Let's see. It's an 1100. Now the 1100, and I read up a little bit on it because the one was like 90,000. A nice looking bike. I was thinking about buying it, and they only come in shaft drive. They did not make the bike the 1100 in chain driven. So anyway, come back to you guys. So, but I drive my 69 Camaro before HD motorcycle. Well, depending on the temperature, I'd drive a 69 Camaro anytime, for sure. But let's see. I was thinking 60 to 65,000. Is that what you're thinking? Yeah, I would say, yeah. But like I said, you know what I got to do, and I have the time because I'm retired, and I'll try to do that for you. And look at the Steed and the Shadow and the 4 and 600, and what the dimensions are. And I know with the 750, I got one sitting out here in the front yard. So the 750 is like perfect. But I mean, if it's a half inch here and a quarter inch here and 3/4, it's not going to make that big of a deal. And you can change the rims and tires on it, which I would do anyway. I like to put new tires. I got Dunlops on the 750. Had plenty blackouts yesterday, storms, but nothing in our area. New battery not used. I know it's not gonna get to it, right? But I'm interested in the manufacturer of your battery. You said you paid 50. It's really weird because I don't know how good they are, but I found a couple of them that were the 300 or 314 amp hours, for under 40,000, 38, and which really surprised me. On other ones, 50, and I think you paid 50 for yours. Uh, but it all depends. But I that's what I'm looking at now. Like I said, on this, I'm not an architect, but this one's a lot better, uh, drawing wise. Those are going to be big bay lights in the middle. That one table up and towards the middle that's just sitting there, that's the one that's a rolling one. And I think it's 5.5 feet by 2.5 feet. Then behind that will be a rack, and in that corner there will be the air compressor. Next to it will be a rack. In this corner up here will be a rack. My desk will be in front of the window. Then there'll be a couple of work benches and racks. Um, then the solar will go here on this wall between the door and the window. And um, yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I'd like to I'd like to get the battery and have it all just off the grid, and I don't even have to worry about it. And I just can't see. I'm not. Hell, I'm go to bed at 8 o'clock. So how many times am I going to be out there after dark? And if the sun's out at all, and the battery's got any kind of charge in it, it'll run the air conditioner. I'm sure all day. I think you said you. What did you say yours was? What did you figure? 8 hours, 10 hours, or something running off your battery, your house. Managed. The only thing that would be in there is a couple of lights and an air conditioner. So I just can't see how the one battery, even with no sun, raining, would still be able to do that. If I'm working on something, that's a different story. Air compressor and welding and shit like that, that's a whole different story. But I'm curious, and I'm sure you're probably Jones. And what I would do, and what I'm going to do here next time I get the solar guy out here, is I'm going to just have him throw the main. The way that he's got it set up there, I can just go in that room. I could do it myself, I guess, and just shut off the main power coming into the two systems and let them go and throw my amp meter on. I could look at the batteries. I've got in the program, and watch them. And the main thing that I'm concerned, it's not working, still not working the way that I want it to work. Something's not exactly right, and I don't know what it is yet. And he wasn't diverse enough in it to the workmanship is clean. The job he did was clean. He just doesn't know enough about the actual working parts of that controller and all that shit. So uh, I've got some tweaking to do. But the main reason that I did put that there, besides saving money, of course, was I could run my koi pond, one air conditioner maybe in the living room, and a couple other little things, manage that even if I have to by myself, which I think what you had mentioned, kind of managing it while the power was out. But I would just throw the main and shut down the power coming in. I don't know the way you set yours up, but maybe you have power coming into that you could just shut off a breaker coming into the controller. I don't know. You'd have to see. Yeah, the fridge is going to be in the back corner too, and I might get a nice, cool kind of stand-up one with the glass front, not a big, huge one, so that I could have water, beer for when people come over, wine, soda, whatever, 4 or 5 levels. I might do that. It's just right now, like I said, I took that million baht, and that was the Dave, as you know, the Dave might want a Harley fund. Um, that I used to buy that, so that it was half price, man. It was like hard to walk away from, and until we sell, mom and dad's, or it's my wife's, it's in her name, house here in Surin, then that money will go back in that account. Hopefully we're going to be in the 2.5 million baht range. And I'm thinking that the house is going to be about 500,000 is what I'm going to budget it at, and then some hardscape and some other stuff, and then still be able to throw mom and dad couple 100,000 baht to have in their account as extra backup. They'll never spend it. It'll end up going to my wife when they pass. But just so they got a little something there if they want something they don't want for anything. But hopefully that. And then the biggest thing is my wife wants a wall. And I'm only going to make a nice wall across the front. The rest of it, I think I'm going to build some kind of a wall out of roof, you know, metal, put up posts and cross and then mount it to it and dig down, put it into the dirt. Because mainly she wants to let the dogs and everything out in that area. So they got to roam all that property instead of our just little small freaking, yard. So we'll have to see. So I think it can be done. The only thing I really don't want to do is, if somebody wants to come in and try to lowball and buy the place for $1 million baht, I won't sell it, which will kind of suck because we won't get a lot of the other stuff done. But for me, I want to still put some of that and use it now because, like I said, one other account that I have, or actually a couple of accounts, they have to mature. They don't mature until the end of the year. They had to be in for 2 years. So towards the end of the year, I think November or something like that. So if I have to wait till then, I'll wait till then. But I think that either out of pocket, what I'm doing now for the garage, just the money that I have, little stuff set aside, and the money I allot myself. But we'll be able to at least get the garage done. And I'd like to do that but I can't start on like the bike, the tent trailer for the Forza, that kind of stuff. I can't start any of that stuff until I get that figured out. With wife working or not? What did I miss? Oh, I didn't. Is Rob? Let's see. I didn't see it. Rob's here. I'm missing. Sorry if I missed you guys. Uh, by all means, put something else in. How much do you think a 69 Pro Camaro will go for in Thailand? 350 motor, 300 horse. So it's got all the new shit on it. New motor, tranny, disc brakes, all that kind of stuff on it. Got a lot of money, Betty. But the problem is that it would cost you a fortune to get it in here because they tax the living piss out of you. So, but if there was one here, I would say probably, I don't know, 6-7 million baht. A lot of money. 30, 60, 90, 100,000 US dollars. I'm guessing. If somebody thinks I'm way off, let me know. At least 4 or 5, something like that, in that range. I could toggle usage to last 12 hours plus. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking out here because I just got the garage. Like I said, one air conditioner, the refrigerator, something like that. If the power goes out, I bet you it would. Well, if the power went out, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably come back to the house anyway. So I'd probably shut off the air conditioner. So out there, it would just be running maybe a light, an inside light just to keep it lit, and the refrigerator. Everything else would be off. So that would go days and days and days. But in the house, I'd have to be like you. That's why when I get him over here the next time, it's hard to get him now, man. Everybody's using him, and to get him to come here to get him to commit to come and working at the house for a week is a chore, man. But I've got to get power out there. I've got a bunch of other stuff that I want to do. I've got some stuff on the koi pond that I want rewired. So it's hard to get him. But when I get him here, and I shut it down, we'll take readings on everything, get the living room air conditioner work, the refrigerator, of course, the ice machine I would shut off, everything else, all the other stuff in the house off, and the 2 ponds, and that's it. So I'm imagining how many amps are you figuring you're going to be pulling to go that 12 hours? You probably did the calculations on your amp dry. I think you said 2,000 watts or something like that is what you're planning on pulling for that 12 hours. Let me know. I'm curious. Once power grid goes, switches to battery, and soon we'll add solar panels from a grid. So you have solar panels, right? Or no? You just have the battery. But because I could tell that's a two ton in there. It's probably pulling 1,200 watts. And the refrigerator, just between the refrigerator and that, I'm probably close to 2,000. And then a fan, television, stuff like that. So I'd probably be in the 2,500 watt area. Oh, it's a solar system you're replacing. Okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, I'm imagining, and I guess I could do the calculations too. But I was thinking that it would go like 12 hours. Mine are 200 amp hour. I've got two of them because I've got two 6.5 kW systems. So I've got 12, 13 kW on one side of the roof, one on the other side of the roof. Is it ideal? No. And this one's not going to be ideal either. It's going to take up that whole roof, which is basically 20 foot by 20 foot. The panels are like 7 feet long and I forget a little over 3 feet wide or something. So they 7 and 7, 14. So it takes up one, and then 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and it's 20 feet wide. So it'll have a little bit, in between each panel. So it's going to take up pretty much the whole roof over there. So we'll have to see. I got to see if I can get a better price on panels. Let me know. Right now, it seems like they're right around 2,300, almost 400 baht. Plus, they charge a fortune to get them here. But if I run across some cheap ones in turn, I'll let everybody know. Let's see. What did I miss here? You're not allowed to bring used cars into Thailand anymore. I think they ended it. Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that. Well, but you can bring used bikes in, just not used cars. I didn't know that. Solar system. Okay, read that. Hey, Randy. Hold on. I'd like to have my first car back. Bright orange SS. Yeah, I'd have a couple that I had a Boss 302 that I would like to still have. I bet everybody I think has a couple of those in their deal. Hey, Nanette, how are you? Hope you're well. Did I miss anybody else? Let's see. Tommy's talking to Randy. Hey, Bo, how are you? Hope you're well. 150% there. Yeah, so I didn't know that though. I'm not. I guess I'm not in tune to bring them in because I know that it's way too much money. Motorcycles, I think you can. I don't know. Maybe Tommy does. I'm sure. I'm sure he probably does. Um, but I was thinking about bringing one in pieces. The guy that does the work on the Shadow. He said he thinks he could swing something for me if I had a bike torn down over there, like let's say my '08 Dyna torn down into parts and shipped to Thailand. He can get it in on parts and stuff like that and make it very reasonable and then put it back together for me. So we'll see. I'm glad to hear that. Motor is 350 from a van from 84, but some extras like 360, 370 horse have a turbo 400. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I didn't realize that, Patty, that there's always somebody on here that knows something about that. But I know that it's expensive to buy, like any kind of car here. That because I was looking, I wanted to maybe like with the garage here, get a small little project, a little and Bear wants in. Let's let him in. He's been a pretty good boy today. Come on. But some kind of project. But I was also in like I was talking last time, and maybe those little Groms or whatever, the little bikes and stuff that I know Craig had one and whatever. Do those or something to just fart around with that isn't going to be a bunch of money. But it would be nice to have a little something, even a Volkswagen. I love Volkswagens. I've been messing with Baja bugs and old bugs for years and years and years. In fact, sitting at my house, well, my nephew's house up above Bass Lake, there's what year is that? 66 sunroof car there. The boards or the floorboards are rusted out of it. It's sitting there. They need to be put in, but I bought it from an old lady years ago. It's got 12,000 miles on it. The motor still runs. I drained everything out of it. It's all original and everything sitting there. But that's a bitch that you can't bring something in like that because they're expensive here. Just to get a Volkswagen, $500,000, $750,000, $1 million. That's on newer ones, newer body style, 68 and up. Uh, they're just expensive. So I gotta find something. Ron, I asked CB Media about bringing used cars in. He said it's not allowed. I never watched the guy. I mean, I've seen him before a couple of times. I shouldn't say I never watched him, but he's been around cars and been around Thailand long enough that I would hope that he would know. I guess there's the easiest way to just talk, to look on transportation or something. There's got to be something on the in Thailand here that you could ask and find out. But again, even if you did, it'd be like around a couple of 100% more, than you got. But on the bike thing, and maybe I'll do that. It depends on how I feel and how things go over the next couple of years. If I'm even here in a couple of years, uh, I'd like to be. I'd like to hang for a while. My wife would anyway. She'd like me to. I would think so, brother. I mean, he's got to know. Hey, Andy, good stuff. Still in China. You're not my favorite place to go. Wouldn't be one on the top of my list, but you're doing a hell of a job. Hope you're well. How you feeling? Good. Walking around. No problem in your chest or nothing. Everything's good. First and only time I saw you in person, I was sitting to Dave's left in the man cave. Is it? That's right, huh? Um, but yeah. So and if I did that, then I'd like to have that Dyna here. I did give it to my son, so I'd have to give him money for it. But the condition that it's in right now, sitting for so long, everything have to be replaced. I bet you it isn't worth $5,000 US. It's sad. It's a nice bike, but that's just because maybe even less. It needs to have everything gone through because it's had fuel sitting in it. The rubber's no good. The belts, everything needs to be replaced. So I don't know. I have to see either that or a bagger. But I might try doing that. But in the meantime, like little bikes, I forget what the name of those deals were, but the little 50 cc's because you don't need any paperwork with the 50 cc's. They are two strokes, at least the ones that I saw. But they're cool though. They look like little mini Vespas, and they're cheap. I mean, you could buy them and completely do them, and you wouldn't have, 5, 6, 7,000 baht in them if you find the right one. Oh, there's Bobby. Hey, Junkie Burger at 11:30. I might do that. Sounds good to me. The reason that I started this live stream at 7:30 is the concrete to pour the floor in the garage is supposed to be here at 9 or 9:30, and so I wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna plan on going over an hour or so. But I can't see them taking more than a couple hours. So I might be able to make that. Who's going besides you guys? The usual, excuse me, the usual suspects, or just you and either the blonde-haired mistress or Jai, one of the two? Ice water. Um, or the other people coming? Don't know yet. Haven't heard back. Okay, cool. But you're going to be there. Yeah, it sounds good. I haven't had a crappy meal in a while. A crappy good meal. I've been the wife's been going ape shit with the tomatoes and stuff over here. I got tomatoes coming out my ass, and sometimes I'll just take tomatoes, onion, and cucumber, and maybe if we have avocado, a little bit of avocado, and just red wine vinegar and a little bit of olive oil, and I'll eat that for a meal. Um, but she has lettuce and stuff too. So salads, she's been growing. They're just farmers, man. They love to farm. So yeah, and that's probably right. I don't know what the euro is against the dollar, but I mean, if I could get a nice, I'm thinking in my mind, I don't know, I haven't priced any of them in years, but I would think if I could get something that's not matching numbers, that's just a nice, clean 69 Camaro in the United States, I would think between 30 and $60,000, depending on what they are. And that's a guess. I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's see, what did Andy say? China internet sucks. Yeah, I will say that about Thailand, is we do have some good freaking internet. There's no doubt. Oh, I did. I cussed, didn't I? Oh, I just did it again. Uh, anything. So it's totally controlled. Um, yeah, yeah, I think they're probably some of the best in the world here in Thailand. I think. Yeah, hold the tomatoes if they came out of there. Yeah, I mean, and they're not even utilizing they're going to have 3 times as much area once we get done with the house and everything's done there to plant whatever they want. Mainly, I think they're going to be growing tomatoes. The father-in-law puts potatoes in the ground, Thai potatoes. Uh, then long bean, cucumbers, right up Bo's alley. You know, he could come over and work with my wife in the garden. My wife loves gardening stuff, and I think Bo's that same way. She digs that. And when I saw her last time, I asked you about that, and you said you weren't doing that too much anymore. What I didn't get a chance to ask you was, how's your husband doing? I know he was having problems physically. Is he doing better? And of course, when I ask questions like that, no one has to answer me. But the I forgot. I was thinking it in my mind because I met him that one time when we went over to Bobby and Jai's, and I think it was his leg, his foot, his hip, or something was screwing with him. So yeah, I think Nikki's pretty much up anytime Buddy's up. Buddy controls Nikki's sleeping habits, and that's how all my dogs are. We got the two little chihuahuas. They sleep in the bed now, so they yap, and if the other dogs start barking outside, and they're up and down all night. So, uh, but the iceberg lettuce and give me some. Yeah, so grow that. The only thing that I gave her some seeds for jalapenos, but I never saw those. Now the land next to us in Ubon, they grew got a whole crap load of Thai chilies, and then they dried them and they gave a bunch to I guess to my mother-in-law. But that whole little strip of land next to us that I was thinking of making another pond, but my wife wants to leave that to grow stuff eventually, I guess, or whatever. So plus, I mean, I'm not there enough to warrant probably 2 ponds there. But I am really jonesing to get there to see. When I saw that stuff in there, those fish were 1.5 foot, 1.75 foot. I mean, they're big, and there was quite a few of them. So I got to bring some food. I'm gonna go out at night, maybe with the light on, and try to get some actual good uh, video of them for the people that are interested. All right, brother. Um, green mango. Yeah, that's what you're loaded on mango. My mother-in-law made me the little flattened out rolled wraps, and then my wife made it's freaking good, except it's got a little bit of salt in it. She sliced it real thin, and then they set it out in the sun for 3 days, and then they come out. She put sugar, chili, and a little bit of salt on it, and then put it like in a Tupperware deal. Man, it's spicy and it's freaking awesome. Sweet and sour and salty and hot. It's freaking amazing. I don't know the name of it. If Jai is out there with Bobby, she might know. Or that blonde haired gal you've got in the closet. You could take her until she changes her hair color. You guys are going to get that every time from me. Um, Me, I'd like to. I like Samui and I like Phuket. Actually, Phuket's probably one of my favorite. A lot of people don't particularly like it. It's expensive. I don't know. It was if you're retired and you've got a reasonable retirement, it's not a problem. But I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the traveling around there, Rahway and all the places. And it's got a little bit of everything. In case somebody wants the bar scene, you can from where I was in Kamala to go to Patong, and the walking street right there is 10 minutes from where I was in Kamala. But I liked Kamala a lot, and I heard they're putting in a McDonald's. They're putting in a Tops. Uh, so it's becoming quite a place. But I like Phuket. A lot of people don't. I do. If you need me, yeah, I know. I should. They've been doing all sorts of crap with mango because I guess it's even to buy it. Is reasonable now. So they do it, and they made, like I said, that putting out in the sun for 3 days, and it's freaking awesome. It's really good. I don't think it was good for me anyway, except for the chili. Probably I like the spicy, but the sugar's no good for me. The salt's no good for me. But really tasty, really tasty. Um, Anna Island Day, cool. Let's see. You just came back. You've been gone. I hadn't heard from you, so I kind of figured you guys were out running around. I have caught a couple of videos and a couple of shorts, so I'll have to see. She's getting ready to go for her walk. Cool. I just gotta get back into the gym and on that bike. I feel better. I don't know. I could see kind of in here. I know that I'm losing weight. I haven't gotten on a scale. Last time that I did, I got on the scale and I had broke the where I wanted to the 119 mark, and so I had promised that I was going to go in the gym, and I just haven't done it. I just got to do it because now I know that I kind of promised Cabo I wanted to get, and I still want to get there before he leaves to Pattaya. That's probably going to be pretty much the only time I'm going to be leaving after I get back from Ubon. I know that Gino and I still don't. I get when she gets here, I'll have her tell me how to pronounce her name. His wife, great lady. They were to come and get Caesar, I think, on the 16th, and they're going to spend, I think, a couple of days here. But it should be good. I hit the 113 mark. You're going the wrong way. Yeah, I think I'm headed in the right direction. I just need to get down. I I felt good. I don't know what it is, kilo wise, right around 200 pounds. I think my BMI thing, I think they want me to be, oh, you should be 160 pounds. What are you kidding me? One leg, you know. I felt good at right around 200. And Now, at my age now, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll feel better at less, but I won't know until I get there. But whatever 114 was, that's what I was walking around, and we went to the after I was sick, coming up in weight. uh, it felt okay. I could move around and not as bad on my knees. So I'd like to get down below that and then work down towards I have to go on and see what 200 pounds is. What is that? I don't know, 102 kilo, 5 kilo. I don't know. Somebody can. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, I don't like going. They said that I should be weighing myself every morning, not for losing weight, but my doctors say I can tell if I get up in the morning and I've got a 2 pound or 1 kilo lift in my weight, then I'm retaining fluid. So they want me to go. He wants me to be weighing myself every day and looking at that. I can tell just by breathing. I can tell if I've got any kind of fluid around my lungs. Do I have fluid in the rest of my body? I don't know. But around my lungs, I can tell by breathing. But I really should be doing it every day. Might catch up with some of you next week. Got a shuttle bus from hotel or person. All right, Andy. Looking forward to it. Yeah, definitely let me know when you break the border here and come into Thailand for sure. Even if you're going to be over, in Pattaya area, maybe that's when I'll schedule coming over there to have lunch with Cabo and whoever else wants to do it. I know we were going to try to set up a meetup. I don't know if I'll get to it or not. We'll have to see. I'll let people know well ahead of time when I'm going to be there. And anybody, of course, is always welcome to come and catch up. But we'll have to see. Okay, so 11:30 today, and I'm going to try to make that 9, 9, 10, 11. I should be able to make that. The only thing that I'll do is when I come back, I'll edit edit that first video of that property there, pretty much called the garage build, and get that out again probably tomorrow morning at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, my time, and people can watch it if they want to. And I'll probably go over quite a bit of stuff in there. Like I told you guys what it was. Luckily, I measured my truck. That thing was only 16 foot, 21 by 16, and my truck is 18 feet long. So it would have been held if I would have built that whole thing with the intention of housing my truck in there. Boy, I'd really look like an idiot, right? So luckily I measured it, bought a nice tape measure, and measured it. So now it is almost 20 by 21, just a shy under. We just went to the edge of the roof, is where a little bit in. So it should be fine. Maybe I can even get it on there with my hitch on it, but I doubt it. But that's okay. At least I'll have a place to park it. Thanks, Bobby. Today's Willie 92. Wow, imagine that. He's almost as old as Bobby. Yeah, bust your stones a little bit. That'll teach you to not come and talk to me. The wacky tobacco. Yeah, it's definitely good for you. Gotta be, right? Same age as my father-in-law. Really? Yeah, I just found out my father-in-law. I didn't realize he was 80. I thought he was like 70, but I guess he's 80. Or actually, I thought he was a little bit older than that, 70, in the early 70s, but he's 80. I've already started my travel. Cool. I didn't get to see you enough. We didn't get a chance to sit down and wrap. Although when I do come to the States, which I'm got to come this year sometime, I just don't know when. Especially if I come by myself and just hammer out the things that I got to get done. Although my wife really wants to go, definitely going to have a couple of days set aside so we can meet up and have some lunch and dinner and shit. Saying we're waiting for you. Cool. All right. So let's see, an hour and 1 minute right now. What time was that? 8:30. Truck's supposed to be here at 9. I go a few more minutes. Still got 16 people in here. But that's the basic gist of it for me. starting on the garage. Hopefully, I'll get the garage done in a couple, 3 weeks, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. I think it'll be done. The next, even though I'm not going to have a bunch of money, I got to get the concrete done in the under the cover where the trailer's going to go. So I'll do that, and then the solar stuff, and then that's probably going to be, unless we sell the house. Once we get the garage done, we can move the stuff out of the house, get into the house, paint it, clean it up, and put it on their whatever their market is, the red banners for sale, and get that. Once that's sold, then we can go and do everything. But I'd like to get the road all the way out to the street done. That's going to be 10 foot wide, and that way, if it's raining or whatever it is, I can still get the trailer in without sliding it around on snotty, mud. So get that done, and then get the house going. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and just let him do it with a couple of his people, kind of oversee the whole thing, make sure it's done right. And I think it'll be perfect. 2 little small bedrooms, a nice little living room area. Hey, you want to go back out? All right. Wait 1 minute. And a good sized kitchen, a good sized covered outside Thai kitchen, 1 bathroom. I think they'd love it over there. Then they have a place of their own. Not that it's a big deal with me. Some people ask me, is it a problem? If I want to get away, which I don't see any reason, we get away enough. I just go to the beach, go to Pattaya for 2 or 3 days. Do they being around? No. I mean, my mother-in-law makes me breakfast every morning and cleans and, does a lot of crap around here. Probably more than she should be doing. The kids are helping out now. The oldest will be staying here when the youngest was 19 now. And Sim is 23, I think she said. She's going to stay here. So Shushu will go back to the apartment in Bangkok and finish out her 3 years or 4 years of college, 19, 20, 21, 22, I think it's 4 years. And there, and then Sim will do whatever Sim's going to do. I don't know. She's now able to teach traditional Thai dance or teach, period. So it'll be up to whatever she wants to do. So she'll be around. She helps with they've been both helping with the puppies and just the general cleaning, washing, all that kind of crap. So that would be awesome, Dave. Maybe we could meet up. Yeah, the candy cat. Hey, I'm up for that too. I haven't been there in 20 years, maybe longer, 25 years. I'm trying to think of the last time I went to JR's. I don't even know if JR's is still there. That's a Cowboy Palace. It's right next to the Topless Bar. Did you had a good time? Cool. Good to hear. Good to hear. All right, cool. Everybody that's in, I really appreciate it. We'll usually go an hour and a half, and most of the times 2 hours. Like I said, I'm going to try to get subjects for people that are interested and want to ask stuff about visas and stuff like that. Try to put stuff together, maybe stuff that's happening in Thailand, and a little bit more. Maybe get people coming on and make it a little bit more exciting. But for me, Ubon tomorrow morning for 3 nights, coming back on Sunday. The Shadow, hopefully I'll get in and get that all ready, and then I'll do a trip on that. I'll do a video on that. And the garage is starting today. Hopefully be done with that 2 to 3 weeks, I'm guessing. And then there'll probably be a trip to Pattaya. So I'll have plenty of stuff and plenty of time to do videos. Like I said, I was burnt a little bit. I'm actually excited about editing and stuff, so I'll probably finish up that one and do it today. Like to see the bike, yeah, for sure. Hey, Cabo, was your ears burning? I was talking about you. But let's see. I'll be in Pattaya in a few weeks. Okay, perfect. Because I want to get there, have lunch at least, and say hello, and then maybe I don't know when Andy's going to be around or whoever wants to come can come we'll grab a bite to eat, have a good time. Um, yeah, like I said, I will hopefully if I get it back on Monday, I will definitely do a video on it, on the way that it looks and the way that it sounds, and did the straight pipes, the drag pipes, get rid of the little bit of popping, or do I need to rejet it, or whatever needs to be done or was done, and that's the way that it's probably going to sit for a while. I'll leave that solid back wheel on there until after I get a few miles on that thing and see how it feels. Maybe I'll never change it, to see. But I will also, for you, I will check on the size and the dimensions and everything of the 400, 600, both steed and shadow, and see. Because, like I said, the 400 would probably a bobber setup on the 400 if it's of size. I was thinking about buying one that I saw there that was 50,000, just because it looked cool, But if I look like a giant on on a tricycle, then I wouldn't want to do it. But if it's close in the size, I don't think there's any problem with 400 cc's. Especially if you're just gonna run around on it. I mean, it's got plenty. I would take that. If it can hold 100, that's more than anybody that's riding with me is going to need. You know, so for sure. So I will do that. And 600, I think, for it could be, but if it's the same size, height wise, length wise, if all the dimensions are the size except for the motor, I would definitely say try driving one, because and see how much difference there is, because there's quite a bit of difference in price. The 400s are like in that 50, and the 600s are 75, 80, 80,000. So I would definitely, if the sizes are the same, and I might even, if I find one around here, I will definitely go look at it and ride it if they'll let me ride it. Sure, if I handed them the 50,000 to hold on to as I rode around the block, they shouldn't have a problem with me getting on it. But some of them I've seen are really nice and really reasonable. So, and then you got to let me know. This time I'll probably won't, unless you really want to wrap. We can wrap for a couple of minutes if you want to after this. You need to try. I'll put up the invite, and I'll wait for a couple of minutes. Probably only 5, maybe 10 minutes if you want to. I got no problem with that. Let's see. There's the link, should be coming up. How come it's not? How come it's not going? There we go. Huh. Ah, there we go. Okay, there it is. We can catch up later. Yeah, but if you wanted 10 minutes, it's only 37. They're not even, even if they're exactly on time, they're not going to be here till 9. I've already got the camera. I'm already all dolled up for my close up or whatever that gal said back in the day. Um, anyway, but if you want to, there it is. I'll wait for a minute. I did order. This chair is broken and all the way down, so I ordered a couple of things. I ordered a couple of the oldest daughter is she rides. She'll take my truck, or she'll take the car, and but she takes my little ball cap, which I've had for 35, 40 years, and she likes that. And it's not particularly the one that I would really want her to wear, but I ordered 2 more of them off of Lasada this morning, so that she has, because every time she does, she adjusts my helmet, and I got to readjust the thing on it. So anyway, I don't know how I got on that tangent. Ordered a chair, and ordered supposedly the chair could take 200 kilos. We'll see. But when that comes, I'll do a video on that. So anyway, yeah, I can weld, but I'm not very good. I can get by on wire feed or stick or an arc, that kind of thing. MIG, I never did any MIG welding, but or TIG welding. MIG basically wire feed, I think. But not very good because all my experience with we were pipe fitters, HVAC, were considered pipe fitters, but all the stuff that I did, and I think I said it before, in the hospital was big 12-inch and 14-inch and 8-inch and 6-inch black pipe, and a lot of it had to be certified and X-rayed. So we just hired people to come in, professionals. But I can get by on the stuff I want to build, adding onto the trailer, to repairing this or that. I can get by. Okay. All right. I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna end the stream. I like that new setup it's doing. But I want to thank everybody. If you're not subscribed, think about subscribing. Anybody that wants any questions, if you feel weird, putting them in or coming on or doing anything like that, email me. Or I did answer all my comments this morning. There wasn't a whole lot of them because I haven't done much videos, but some of it was two weeks ago. So I did that for about an hour this morning. It took me to get that, so I got that back. But if you send me an email, I'll try to answer questions for you if I can. All right, everybody, have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, and I'll catch you on the next one.